When navigating the hiring process, the initial interaction you'll have with the company after successfully passing the resume screening stage is with the recruiter or the talent acquisition professional. These individuals hold a crucial role in your application process, even though they may not be the ultimate decision makers. It is essential to grasp their responsibilities and methods to ensure that you're well prepared and streamline your application. Increases your chances of receiving a job offer. And with that, let's dive into 8 things recruiters won't tell you about the hiring process. Number 1 is that you're not their only priority. As much as we like to think we are the center of attention, the reality is that recruiters often manage several roles and multiple candidates at the same time. They might be interested in your application, but they're also busy with interviews, sourcing other candidates, and attending meetings. So if they don't get back to you immediately, don't panic. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're out of the running. Number 2 is that your salary is always negotiable. Recruiters might present a salary range or offer as if it's set in stone, but there is often room for negotiation. Don't be afraid to counter if you feel that the offer doesn't reflect your worth or industry standards. Just remember to negotiate respectfully and professionally, providing valid reasons for your proposed increase. As I stated earlier, recruiters often manage several roles and multiple candidates at once. So if there's a threat of you walking away from the offer, they'll do what they can to help improve the offer, so you take it, so there's one less opening that they have to manage. Moving on to number 3, your social media presence matters. While they might not explicitly mention this, recruiters often check social media profiles to get a better idea of who you are outside the workplace. Negative or inappropriate content can turn them off. So keep your social media profiles clean and professional, or adjust your privacy settings to control who sees your posts. I always recommend that if you are in the midst of a job search, to optimize and polish your LinkedIn profile, because that tends to be the first social media platform that they look at. And then privatize your other social media profiles on other social media platforms in case there's some personal content that you may believe that some recruiters may find inappropriate. Number 4 is that recruiters might not fully understand the job. Yes, you heard right. Especially for specialized or technical roles, recruiters may not grasp all the intricate details of the job. They are skilled at matching your resume to the job description, but they might not understand every single technical aspect of the job. So when explaining your experience, try to avoid jargon and keep it clear and concise. Remember that this recruiter that's managing the job posting for the role that you apply to is looking at hundreds of resumes for that exact role, so if the resume is too hard to read because of a lot of jargon, they'll fail to understand what you truly do, and they'll just move on to the next person. Simplicity is crucial during the beginning stages of the application process. Once you pass the preliminary screening with the recruiter, you can talk more technical to the hiring manager or hiring team, as they'll know more about the technical aspects of the role. At number 5, we have the modern reality. You were Googled. In addition to recruiters looking at your social media profiles that I mentioned earlier, recruiters are also likely to do a quick Google search on your name. This is another reason why maintaining a positive digital footprint is crucial. So every once in a while, Google yourself to see what pops up and manage it accordingly. You don't want someone to search you up and there's unflattering news about you from 5 years ago popping up on the first page of Google when someone types in your name. Moving to point number 6, presentation can sometimes trump experience. You could have all the qualifications in the world, but if you fail to present yourself well, it can cost you the job. First impressions count, whether it's how you dress, your punctuality, or even how you communicate via email. So make every interaction with your potential employer count. Remember, if they're inviting you to the next stage of the interview process, they know that you can do the job. But now it comes to, can you communicate effectively with others on the job, and that's what the interview is for. How good your communication skills are, and your ability to interact with others. Number 7, which is a sad truth, is that recruiters tend to prefer candidates that are currently employed. It might not be fair, but it's true. Being currently employed can make you seem more desirable to recruiters. In my career coaching practice, I've always had it easier with clients that are currently working compared to someone that's out of work even for only a few months. It's just the sad reality of it. Because if you're still employed, it's assumed that you're a safe hire, compared to being out of work, where they default into thinking that this person isn't that good. And yes, although layoffs are more frequent right now due to the economy, the assumption is, whether it's a bad economy or a good economy, if you're a top talent, you'll always have a job, which we both know that is not necessarily the case. Again, I want to stress that it's more difficult to get a job if you currently are working right now, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. Just focus on demonstrating your skills, qualifications, and how you've been proactive during your job search. And finally, number 8, recruiters never have the final say. Even if you built great rapport with the recruiter that's managing the job posting, the final hiring decision often involves a team, which will include the hiring manager and other memberships of the leadership team. So be consistent and professional in all your interactions at the company throughout the hiring process. A perfect example of this is that you may have had a good conversation with the recruiter, and it seems like you're going to move on to the next round. But then you hear crickets for a couple weeks, and when you follow up, you hear nothing. What usually happens is that the recruiter provided a list of eligible candidates based on who they talked to, and then it's up to the hiring manager how many that they actually want to talk to. So to summarize, the recruiter can suggest a handful of candidates that the hiring manager should talk to, but that doesn't mean that they want to talk to all of them. And there you have it, 8 things that recruiters will not tell you about the hiring process. Keep these points in mind as you navigate your job search. And remember that understanding the process, you can use it to your advantage to streamline your job search and get hired faster. If you found this content helpful, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time. Thank you so much for watching. For more content on careers, job search, and self-improvement, make sure to hit that subscribe button.